As 2023 draws to a close, we can begin to look forward into what Nintendo might release for the Pokémon franchise in 2024. Now that the Indigo Disc DLC has dropped, fans and leakers alike are looking towards what might be coming to the franchise in the next year. The information provided in this video all comes from the ex-user Riddler Q, and if you're unfamiliar with who this leaker is, they've been around for a number of years, and they have provided numerous very accurate leaks for games such as Scarlet and Violet and its Teal Mars DLC, Pokémon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and even Pokémon Legends Arceus. Their credibility isn't limited to just the mainline games, however, with them also providing leaks for the Pokémon anime and some side games as well. Basically, this person's like the Nostradamus of Pokémon content. Before we get into what they've leaked, YouTube tells me that only 1.6% of people who watch my content are subscribed, so please hit the subscribe button down below and help me on my journey to 1,000 subscribers. Now, the speculation for 2024 Pokémon games first got traction with Riddler Q's tweet back in November featuring 4 images of different Pokémon regions. The first image is a clear shot of the Kanto region, which we can clearly see has the Celadon City Department Store, Cinnabar Island, the Cycling Road, along with Lavender Town. Now in isolation this might seem a bit confusing and you may be asking yourself, what does Kanto have to do with the Pokémon games in 2024? The Kanto games have been done to death, with 2 remakes, with the most recent titles released in 2018. But the speculation comes with the second image, which is quite clearly the Johto region. In this second image we can confidently say that we can see Ecruteak City and the Burnt Tower over here, along with the Royal Islands over here, and quite obviously Mount Silver in the top right over here. Now when you take these 2 images into account, you automatically think of Gold and Silver, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, as obviously those games are famous for allowing you to travel back to the Kanto region. The other exciting thing about this tweet comes from the third image, which is quite obviously Unova with this iconic circle design. Not only can we quite obviously see the circle design, but we can also see the Driftvale drawbridge down to the bottom left. The fourth image as well just pictures quite clearly the academy or the school in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in the Paldea region. Not entirely sure what this means exactly, but it's quite interesting to see it included with the rest of the images. Now taking all this into consideration, some speculation has brewed off the back of the Indigo Disc DLC, which showed a tremendous amount of love for the Unova region. Obviously, the Blueberry Academy is located inside the Unova region, but the DLC also featured a lot of remastered or remixed soundtracks from Unova, such as the Wild Pokemon battles and Trainer battle themes. So we are now left wondering, does the DLC kind of disprove the theory surrounding a remastered Unova game or even a game that takes place in the Unova region? Personally, I actually think it adds into the theory. Think about it this way, right? What if Nintendo and Game Freak purposely put Unova content into the DLC to get veterans really excited about Unova, for the purposes of getting everyone pumped for a game in 2024? Also, what if it was Game Freak's way of introducing new players to Unova through this small way, so if a Unova game does drop in 2024, newer players are already familiar and excited to experience the region and all the Pokemon in full? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Going back to the tweet and we look at all 4 images, I think this is alluding to a potential new game set in Johto or a new game for Unova similar to Pokemon Legends Arceus, with maybe the Paldea Academy image referencing a further DLC for Scarlet and Violet. So for 2024, my prediction is that we will see either a Let's Go Johto game releasing some point in the year, with the Unova Legends Arceus type of game also releasing the same year with some final DLC content for Scarlet and Violet releasing somewhere in the year as well. Now I know what you're probably thinking, being that they wouldn't release both the Johto and Unova game within the same year, but there is some precedence here. Pokemon Legends Arceus was released on the 28th of January 2022, with Scarlet and Violet dropping on November 18th of the same year. So while it might be unlikely, given this leak and the accuracy of Riddler's leaks in the past, I see this as entirely possible. Other ex-users have also made tweets regarding a Johto game which Riddler has responded to. This user posted a GIF of Pikachu from the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee games with the caption Johto Let's Go, with a pondering emoji. Riddler replied to this with a love emoji. Even a user down below says he knew it, with Riddler replying again saying you knew too much. Quite interesting. So taking the images into consideration while looking at these interactions on X, Riddler is heavily hinting that we may get a Johto game for the next installment of Pokemon games. If we have a look at what the pattern has been for Game Freak with other remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green came out in 2004, with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee following suit 14 years later. Heart Gold and Soul Silver dropped in 2010 in North America and 2009 in Japan, which is around the same amount of time between games if a new Johto game was to be dropped in 2024. Generation 2 is also the longest generation we've waited for new content on, with Kanto being around 5 years ago, Hoenn being 9 years ago with Oris, Sinnoh only being 2 years ago with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Unova being around 12 years, Gen 6 being 10 years, Gen 7 being around 8, and Generation 8 being around 5 years ago. So it would make sense for us to revisit Johto. In addition to this, Pokémon Go, which the Let's Go series takes core mechanics and branding from, has seen a bit of a resurgence recently, with an estimated 83 million players still active on the game as of December 2023. So what do you think in the comments of a possible Let's Go Johto? Would you be hyped for this kind of thing, or would you feel disappointed? I for one would be so hyped to see Johto on the Nintendo Switch hardware. Speaking of the Switch, it's heavily rumoured that Nintendo will be introducing its next-gen console in 2024, and Game Freak and Nintendo always take advantage of a new console release. It's not hard for us to see a Legends Arceus-style Unova game fitting comfortably on the new hardware and graphics to suit its more open-world style. In summary, I think it's safe to at least suspect that 2024 will bring us a Let's Go Johto-style game along with a Unova-styled Let's Go Arceus game, possibly releasing on the new Nintendo console rumoured to come in 2024. Let me know in the comments which game you would love to see in 2024 and what you think of my predictions. With that, I wish everyone a safe and happy new year, and I'll see you all in 2024.